Hello and welcome to BetterQuest, a show about getting better and holding you accountable. I'm Ben Hansen and I'm joined by...
Hey, it's me, Jeff Cork. How's it going, buddy?
Jeff Cork, I mean, you already got better. You got a haircut.
Yeah.
It's like your hair is just like a beautifully mowed lawn, each blade of grass reaching for the sun above.
And that counts, technically speaking, as weight loss. In a way.
Oh, now I see why you're trimming your hair. So This show is a call-in show, a community call-in show. If you're watching this on YouTube... Hello.
Too late.
But you can catch us next month. How this works is we're going to be taking calls from $20 supporters at patreon.com/MinnMax2ends. We have a channel called the High Council. If you're in that channel and you say, hey, I'd like to call in, we're taking the calls from there. So the next month you can call in. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube and you say, my God, this is too long, I would like this as an audio podcast along with early access to the MinnMax show, along with our Patreon exclusive podcast, MinnFacts, along with podcast versions of the Deepest Dive Game Club discussions. You can support us at the $5 tier and you unlock that sweet podcast feed. So this show is about setting personal goals for ourselves, not a collective thing. Although somebody said we should do that, and I'm into that idea in the future of having like everybody's on the same goal throughout the month.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So we can shake that up in the future, but we're setting individual goals for ourselves throughout the month. This is the second show ever. So at the start of June, we did an episode where we said, okay, how would you like to get better? We each set out something that we'd like to improve on. And then a lot of people called in, gave their choices as well. This is both a follow-up to how that went. And then through the calls, as well as our lovely discussion here, we'll also be talking about our new goals for the hot month of July, the dog days of August, they say.
Right. And I had asked you before we started recording.
Yeah.
We're checking in on everybody's progress.
Yes.
And those people may or may not have new goals, but we want new blood as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. If it's like, oh, I'm sick of these same voices.
Yeah.
Hey, your voice could be in this mix. We'd love to hear from you. Even if it's just for 1 month, you can jump up to the tier, call in, give yourself a goal. And, you know, even if you can't call back to report on that goal, the beauty is if you support MinnMax at any tier, then you get access to the Discord, and there's a BetterQuest Discord channel. So if you support us, you know, at the $2 tier, you can jump in there, and everybody's been sharing updates on their goals throughout the entire month. I don't know how much you've been watching it, Jeff, but it's really, really fun because it's, you know, a lot of wonderful pictures of hikes people are going on, a lot of sweet short videos of people relearning how to skateboard. We'll probably get to some of these fine folks here.
Here's my dilemma that I've been running into.
Yeah.
And maybe you can walk me through what I should be doing.
Okay.
Initially, I was very gung-ho about checking in and telling people how I was doing.
Yeah.
Then I thought to myself, well, I got to keep some of this a secret.
Yeah.
So when we do the episode, it's not like, hey, you've been reading all about it for the past month, so incidentally, go to the Discord if you want to know what happened. And I also, at the same time, like people always was like, oh, pictures of hikes, for instance. I saw some of those, and I was like, I don't want to get spoiled on all this stuff. So I'm like, I really want to participate more, but at the same time, I want to be surprised.
It's a little bit of that mix. You know, maybe that can be mainly for people that aren't going to be calling in, but a surprise is nice, but I just quickly scan it and see things here and there.
Yeah.
Speaking of updates overall, our dearly beloved friend, Dan Reichert, he called in last month.
He did.
And shared his goal of he doesn't want to eat meat throughout the month of June. And then he said, well, I mean, I still got to eat fish. I'm not a maniac. So he wanted to be a
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff, that's right. Throughout the month of June. If you heard the Patreon exclusive podcast, MinnFacts this week, he gave his update there. He could have done better. He, you know, ate less meat. And the idea then that he grew towards is, well, I just won't buy meat and keep it in my house. But if I'm going out, I'm going to have some meat. So we did a lot of like grilling outdoors over the weekend, and
you couldn't even tell it was happening?
He inhaled those hot dogs so fast. Yeah, he was sucking on cold hamburger patties before we could even put them on the grill. But we're proud of him for trying. This is a judgment-free zone, unless we're judging Dan Reichert, in which case he could have stepped up a little bit.
It's about getting better, not being better.
Very well put. Very well put, Jeff Cork. Your goal, sir.
Yeah, let's seg into that, actually.
Please.
So my goal, and I realized I made a mistake now that I look.
You meant put on weight.
No. I said I was going to lose 15 pounds this month.
Yeah.
And the mistake I made was not doing that number. So I did almost exactly half of that. So
Hey, 7 pounds?
I was super bummed out. 8 pounds.
8 pounds.
Yeah, I have to say, I was like bummed out because I didn't hit that number, and it was like the whole point of it is to be accountable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I bet if I weighed myself now, post haircut.
9
that's right.
pounds. Your lead hair.
Yeah.
What was the process like for you? What would you change about your life?
What I am happy with is even if I did not hit that number, I made some lifestyle changes.
Oh.
I'm no longer eating a frozen sunny delight every night.
Very smart.
Which, heartbreaking. It was turning into like a really exciting part of my evening routine that I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
So I said, no more. You look forward to something, it's gone.
I love ice cream a lot. Just recently, I got a bunch of frozen strawberries. I end my night just sucking on one frozen strawberry.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just being too healthy now, but I think like, this is pretty darn good. If
This
you
is
focus
nature's
on
ice cream.
Yes.
You're your own mom, fooling yourself.
That's right.
This is just as good as those Nintendo games.
So can you come up with a replacement that's basically what you're looking for here?
A glass of cold water is the best I could come up with. And that's
Really?
raw water. I've also incorporated plain water.
Because normally you dump like 8 gallons of sugar and chug Kool-Aid in there.
Sugar-free Kool-Aid.
But it's like that little squirty thing, which I had a lot of that over the weekend because Dave Clapp might be calling in here. He used that for sparkling water. I was amazed how sweet that was. It was like, oh my God, this is what Jeff Cork's drinking every day? This is a lot.
Well, I may not have squeezed it as much as Dave Clapp did.
You've seen his muscles. He can't help but just crush everything.
It comes out both ends when he squeezes it. And also, I put milk in my coffee, just straight milk.
Wow.
Instead of International Foods.
Okay,
vanilla.
so you made those lifestyle changes.
Yes.
Were you expecting more of a change? Were you doing stuff on top of that? Or were you just like, I'm going to change these things and see how that tracks throughout?
I was thinking that that's enough. And then also I was not snacking as much.
Okay.
So those are like the lifestyle changes there. Like, and if I was snacking, I was like, I could eat this handful of chips, or I could have a few almonds. Again, not a saint. I didn't hit the number, but I feel like I'm inching towards. So I think we're not doing our next month's goal right now, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going to next month, in addition to my regular goal, I am going to hit that 15 pounds over 2 months rather than
I think the 15
one.
pounds has interest, though, if I dare say. No.
Yeah.
Did you have like a panic moment where you were like, a week ago, you were just like, oh God, do I start running in a sweat
Well, that's the thing too, is I was like, I'm going to run on the treadmill, and I did that like a few times. And then I was like, oh, this is why I'm not doing that, because it's in my basement and it's not super well ventilated. I've got a fan and it just is miserable.
It's like a MinnMax basement in there where it's just like as humid as the day is long and just 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Unbearable.
And also I'm running, which I'm just not good at it anymore. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, everyone's proud of you. Everyone in
give
the
me
chat
like
says way
one
to
clap.
go. You did a pretty good job. I've been going nuts on the running thing in a way I didn't expect.
Really?
Like that was, I think I mentioned it last time. Like I'm really doing a good job this year health wise. Like I cut caffeine. I've been drinking so much less over the last 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And then I've been running every morning, and I really got to that moment, which is bizarre, about like, okay, I need to find a new running path because this one, I'm not really tired by the time I hit the end of it.
Really? And how far are you going every morning?
So I measured it. So on Tuesday, this was my best day this week. On Tuesday this week, I was running and then came back. It was one of those moments of like, I didn't stop at all. I went this entire way. And like, I'm going to go on Google Maps and track it out. And it was like 3.4 miles.
That's crazy.
I know. I really thought it was crazy because I'm such a baby and I've always hated running. I was never able to run the mile in school. And I had a moment where as I was like running back on that one, I was like, well, now this is a time when I walk. This is normally when I walk. And then there's that weird thing of thinking about, well, why do I need to walk right now? Like my legs hurt, but they can still move. I don't have a side ache.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'm technically capable of still going, and then just blasting past that barrier.
That's the thing, is the mental.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard time with that, the mental game. I keep thinking, well, I should just walk or whatever. And then I think back, and I'm going to be like a tremendous glory hog. But like when I ran a marathon a million years ago, I got up to where I went like 15 miles without stopping, which I couldn't do 15 miles like walking.
In a car.
No. In a car, no less. Yeah.
Like Flintstones walking in a car.
Yeah, Flintstones walking in a car. That's what I'm talking about.
You did a marathon?
Yeah. They did not put I was not on the blocks at the end.
Oh.
They had already been dismantled because they didn't want anyone stealing it at night.
As you were running towards the finish line where you're like, piece the line back together.
Help.
I want
this
to
is
break
still
that
happening.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Never again.
Never again. Well, my goal throughout June was meditating.
Yes.
I'm
very excited to learn about
this. I had barely dabbled with it before. I knew people were into it, but I was like, someday maybe I'll try it. And so I'm trying to come up with a numerical way to every weekday at least, I would meditate for at least 10 minutes. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Really?
Like to the point now where I don't want to record a podcast or a show without meditating before it. Because the weird trick that I learned, barely even a trick, but I found myself stumbling so much less. Normally with MinnMax show, the dirty secret is I might have to start and stop a couple times at the intro because I'm always out over my skis, as they say, where I'm just too jumbled and trying to process too much. Or even with the deepest dive, I stumble over my words so much when I'm trying to read hundreds and hundreds of comments. And I found like meditating slowed me down at that right level where I was just more calm, tackling these different things. Even simple things like, plugging the Patreon. I still am a klutz at it.
Yeah.
But I found myself just being a little bit more smooth and a little bit more together and less rushed. And it's like, okay, well, that alone is a reason to keep doing this.
Do you notice anything else? Do you feel different throughout the rest of the day?
Now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really good at floating. It's an interesting thing to get into because so much of the messaging almost feels like a reaction towards the kind of extreme ends of people that love meditating. Because, I'm sure there's a lot of not hoity-toity, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not
kind
sure.
of new agey people who talk about, it'll fix everything in your life. And so the weird rebound to that coming from people like Dan Harris, who wrote the book and has a podcast and an app, 10% Happier.
Right.
I think that's a really beautiful way of putting it. And it's brilliant branding and marketing on his point because it's like, 10% Happier seems about right.
Yeah.
If you just have that in your mind. So it's so weird to get into this thing where so much of the messaging from the people that I was going towards were hippy dippy is the phrase.
Hippy dippy.
Thank you, Robert Hudak. Thank you. But so much of the messaging is set your expectations. This isn't going to do much. This is barely anything. And then also that idea, which Dan even emphasized as well about, don't think you're going to be failing if you have a single thought. Like it's okay to have thoughts. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. You're not failing. Just keep going. So it's a weird thing to get into it there and then still have that goal of, okay, still trying to cleanse my mind. Like I think it was Dan Harris had the tip of, you just got to remember every time you have a thought invade your mind, like just acknowledge it and then reset it. Simply begin again is like the phrase that they emphasized a fair amount. And then even if you want to get dumb, Ram Dass, if you're a big Ram Dass fan, spiritual guy, but he had the quote where he says, it's not that I've conquered my neuroses, but I've become a connoisseur of them. So it's the thing of just acknowledging what thoughts are invading my mind as I'm going here. And it's always little work stuff. It's always, you got to remember to tweet that out. You got to remember to package this in this way and then put this thumbnail on this. You got to remember to update that description. Then you got to change this link here. It's just those little things. Just let it go. Yeah. Let it go. And
that's a secret that I don't think like MinnMax people appreciate is you are killing yourself slowly with this endeavor.
Well, not anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm acknowledging that I'm killing myself.
Okay, fair enough.
And also we have Leo Vader coming on board, which is nice. It'll probably help a little bit. But it's so much paranoia about my mind wandering while meditating. And I realized that the worst idea you could possibly try and enact on is to start meditating, but to start meditating so that you can take notes and talk about meditating on a podcast. Because then it's like, that's interesting. I got to remember to write that down later. I got to remember where my mind went here. It is the worst combo.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed it. Like it's helped like slow down days as well. Just to take just 10 minutes. Yeah. Just try and clear your mind. Just focus on your breathing for 10 minutes. It makes you appreciate every day a little bit more. And again, I don't want to sound too hippy dippy. It's just 10% Happier, I think, is a very good way of looking at it.
I've done a little bit of meditation, but I think the best possible way is that, like, when my wife was pregnant with our first kid, she had heard, like, there's this, like, pregnant lady childbirth hypnosis you could do, right? And then we went to it together.
Hypnosis?
Hypnosis to make it easier. You could like supposedly like childbirth wouldn't be as bad or something. Anyway, she was just like, F it, why not? So I went there with her, and I lack most of that plumbing, and it wasn't like, you're opening your cervix, or it wasn't like that or anything. So, it was fairly neutral. But I found that it was just like, I got to a point like where I would just close my eyes, and I wasn't sleeping, but I would just be like totally out.
Yeah. Because
I wasn't expecting anything. It's not like I was like, all right, this is for me. I was just like, all right, I'm here with her.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah, and it's just, I got the Headspace app, which you do have to pay for, but it's helpful to have somebody kind of guide you through the early stages at least, because they just do simple things like, relax each part of your body and just kind of scan down and relax. It's like, okay, now relax your stomach. And you realize, oh yeah, I'm like secretly, flexing my stomach apparently a little bit all day, every day. But what was it? Where was I going with that?
An app guiding it. Hippy dippy.
Yes. But in the app, it's really helpful that hippy dippy, when the 10 minutes are up in the app, she has a little line where she says, acknowledge how you feel right now. Remember how you feel right now. This is what you're trying to get to throughout the rest of the day and in further days when you meditate,
Then a vuvuzela sound.
That's right. But the weird thing is it made me think of, and just because I've played way too much of it, it made me think of my favorite tabletop game, Avalon.
Oh.
Or any of those hidden identity deception games. Like that phase of the game where everybody closes their eyes and somebody walks through like, okay, everybody with an evil card.
That's my favorite
put your
part
thumb
of the game.
Put your thumb in the air.
Yeah.
And then that feeling of genuinely when it's like, okay, now everybody open your eyes. Yeah. And you open your eyes, you feel a little more relaxed when that happens to you. It's just that little bit of meditation of just slowing things down, listening to somebody's voice if you want it.
Yeah.
And in this case, just focusing on your breathing instead of worrying about, being Merlin or whatever.
Yeah. I think it just taps into the same like intensely pleasurable experience of like when you're a little kid in class and everyone has to put their heads down, like whether you're in trouble or it's like playing Heads Up 7-Up or something. There's just something great about everyone in public closing their eyes.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So, hey.
Hi.
Meditation, thumbs up.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
I enjoyed a fair amount. And also, it was just a weird synchronicity where, like, the first week that I was getting into it, maybe in the first couple days after we recorded this, the last episode, I was listening to the You Made It Weird podcast with comedian Pete Holmes. And he had a guy on who apparently is known for his guided meditation. Yeah. And so then halfway through that episode, he goes, hey, do you mind if I have your listeners do a little guided meditation right now? And I was like, oh my God. So it's like, that was my first guided meditation. It's just this podcast I was listening to. Yeah. Like, yeah, just go ahead. Take over. Next 10 minutes of this podcast are going to be a guided meditation. It was just perfect timing.
Wow, that's great.
It was wonderful. This is going to be a long haul because I can already feel a bead of sweat dripping down my chest in this hot box, Jeff.
Oh.
So get ready for this.
Okay.
I'm going to be a sweat monster.
Loving it.
Before we get to calls here, Holden Hintz left a comment on the Patreon post saying, unfortunately, I will not be able to attend due to work conflicting. However, not much to report. Thank you, Holden. No. He says, we recorded the first episode of How to Waste Your Time, that podcast. Have it edited and ready to go on. However, I do not want to launch until we have our logo graphic completed. That way we can have our full brand from episode 1 onward. Just waiting to hear back from a graphic designer. By next BetterQuest, it should be available to listen to. Cool. Congratulations, Holden.
Excellent.
He was the TSA agent, if you recall.
That's right.
The one who accosted Penn Jillette, tackled him.
Yeah, wouldn't let him go.
That's right. Okay, call order. Thank you, Adam Walker, Drangelic Ranger, apparently now, for organizing everybody's calls here. Let's go to the calls. First one's going to be Nail, otherwise known as Michael Moran. Nail in the Discord for everybody. Let's see how it goes. Hello, Michael. Hang on. People can't hear you, Michael. I'm going to go fix this technical snafu. Hang on a second.
You're the guinea pig. Secrets. I can't believe he just said all those amazing things.
He called me a guinea pig to my face.
He called you a guinea pig.
I take it people can hear you now. Now, what were you saying about Avalon?
I just, that really resonated with me because I've always said that is such like there's such a strange magic to everybody closing their eyes, and like in Mafia or Avalon, that's always my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And everybody always looked at me like a weirdo, and you guys both seem to agree.
Absolutely not a weirdo. That is the best part.
Very soothing.
Especially if you're playing with Hanson. It's the only fun time you'll have with Avalon.
Absolutely. Oh, no. Hey, Nail, you cut together snippets of MinnMax. It was Jeffum's Get a Load of This on the MinnMax Show podcast this week. Have you seen this, Jeff Clark?
I haven't seen it.
He cut together so many episodes of MinnMax
Yeah.
to make me say insane things. And even as a video editor, I have no idea how the hell you did that. It's mind-boggling how many different words.
Is this something you can pull up?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
You
it
don't
is.
need to show it. But
I mean, it's long.
I don't need to see the whole thing.
Okay, just to get a
I
taste.
just need to see a little taste of it.
Okay, are you okay with us doing this, Michael Moran?
oh, absolutely. I just, I don't want to. It's taken up so much of the Discord airwaves.
Here it
I don't
is.
See, now I can't hear that.
Well, Jeff Cork,
Yeah.
that's because I'm getting better at understanding the studio that I built. Okay, here we go.
Sweet Lord. Okay. What do you
Of
got?
MinnMax, I'm Ben Hansen. MinnMax is a weekly Q&A. We went back to noon Central Time on Monday, every single Monday, where we have a fun little Q&A with $20
Seamless.
supporters. So if you're poor, please tell a rich friend, and we'll get that cash and buy cooler stuff for myself right now. So let's jump in, and we can engage each other in the chat. Very engaging. Oh, look who we got here. Look who the cat's dragged in. Greg Flaming Queso Griffith, Jawarhello, and Paul Rudd. Welcome. I think it's your first time in MinnMax. Wait a minute. Why is James Smith in the chat for the last time? James Smith was not allowed to participate with this podcast because he's not an American. And no matter how much Patreon money I offered James, he would not give me a hug, which is just insane. Oh my God. I want to light James Smith on fire and then feed him to cereal as a min snack. Okay, anyways.
Okay, that's not even half of it.
That's so good.
Was this your project that you wanted to finish, Nail? Because last month you said you wanted to finish one unfinished video.
Yeah, so I definitely made progress towards some, but this is the one I can, check the box and say is completed.
That was not time wasted either. So don't listen to everybody else. That was awesome. I don't know when I'm going to watch the rest of that.
Well, yeah, obviously, when important life stuff takes priority, that makes sense. But I think there's value to not squandering all the creative dreams and desires that
Absolutely.
you want to do on the side. Yeah.
That's right. And so how was trying to get better at video production throughout the month?
It was fun. I mean, yeah, I guess I feel like the bigger battle was making time and seeing things through to the finish line. But I'm really happy you enjoyed it and learned some fun things throughout. The Little Women bit is still coming. That's a little bit more ambitious though.
Oh, wait. Okay, so you have a Little Women video project?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully, yeah. I got a video essay on Little Women and one on Fight Club that are roughly written and started.
Oh, interesting.
Recording.
That sounds cool. Congratulations. Do you have a new goal for the month of July?
Just to finish another one of these unfinished Adobe Premiere projects sitting on my desktop.
Okay.
So I don't know Adobe Premiere. When you are finished with it, do you put all the stuff in a folder and then minimize it? Is there a final act that you visually see that it's done on your workspace?
Yeah, hit that export and get an MP4 finally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then just move everything, and then Premiere isn't able to locate the files anymore. It's a very satisfying feeling when you open the project back up and it's just all burned down.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nowhere
that's
to
pretty
go.
miserable.
Sweet. Well, hey, congratulations, Nail. That video brought more joy to MinnMax than I think anything we've produced in the last 5 months. So
That's
well
not
done,
true.
dude.
I'm so happy you like it, though.
It's so funny. Definitely check that out. It's in the show notes of the latest episode of the MinnMax show if you want to find a link there.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's good. Apparently people are upset that you aren't drinking bubbly this week. But I'm pro plain water, so keep that up, Jeff Cork.
Excellent. Oh, wait, he's got a bubbly here.
I got a bubbly in the can. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks so much, Nail.
All right, see you later.
Bye. Well, we won't see you later, but we'll hear you and we'll appreciate you later. Hang on. Trying to sort through all of that mess. All right. Next call is Rook. Rook. Hello, Rook.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
Oh, fantabulous. And yourselves?
Oh, quite well. Quite
So
well.
good.
Did we call you last month?
So the last time we spoke was right before my birthday, actually. It was a MinnMax, I think.
Ah, okay. Well, welcome to BetterQuest then, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to dip down through all of June because of some family and pet stuff. As I actually wanted to point out, was the last message we have together is my request for the Wall of Heroes. And then as I'm watching this, almost tearing up because DeFeo, for his Wall of Heroes, put up a picture of Shayla, our dog that we put down just over 30 days ago. So that was a lot. That was super sweet.
Yeah, that's very sweet of DeFeo. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Did you have a goal you'd like to set for yourself for the month of July?
Yeah, absolutely. First, congrats on the meditation. Well done. And Cork, congrats on the progress you made. That's hard work. Weight loss goals with numbers are hard to hit, and you did great, dude.
Thank you.
Do you feel better, Cork? Do you feel
I
any
do
different?
feel better. Yeah.
Good.
And
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to say what it is right now, and I don't want to take time away from you, Rock, but
You're good,
I'm
dude.
not coming up with a thing that is an all-encompassing thing because it seems like losing weight. It's all I thought about.
Exactly.
So I want something that's just like, this is a thing I'm going to do that I can do in little doses rather than just this is just the state of existing.
That's a smart
That's
move.
what it's all
I think
about, man.
mine's going to be the opposite of that.
Oh, good.
Anyways, Rook, what is your goal, sir?
So I participated. I wasn't able to call in last month, but my goal for the channel and the chat and Discord was I started streaming part of the Summer of Soulsborne thing, and part of those streams I made it to where I was exercising every time I died. And so I had created this system. I wrote in the channel, but it was basically like every time I die, do some reps. Every time I lose souls, up those reps and continue, so on and so forth. So I'm keeping that goal, but my goal for July is cutting out alcohol completely.
Wow.
Nice.
I did for a long time, but I wanted to get back to that. I'm actually drinking tea instead tonight, which has been nice. Drinking a nice lavender Earl Grey.
Oh, do you see? I drink like 3 cups of tea a day, and every once in a while I think, do I really like this, or is it just something with flavor in my mouth right now?
Yeah.
Am I just enjoying this bitterly?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I drink coffee like every morning at work because I work in a warehouse and I need like fuel to throw boxes on shelves.
Right.
But I'm trying to supplement that with something a little healthier, something I can kind of wind down through the evening and enjoy, and just it is a lot more calming. It's kind of coupled with like that whole mentality of meditation and everything. So
right, get some nice peppermint tea in there for the evening. That sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah.
This is I don't want this to sound bad, Rook. But you have picked what I would consider the toughest month, or one of the toughest months to cut alcohol out. So I like kudos.
Yeah. I did it before. So here's the thing. There was a New Year's resolution I did a while back where I cut out alcohol the entire year. And I succeeded.
Awesome.
And before that, similar to what Dan Reichert did, I was pescatarian for a year and lost about 30 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So before that, I used to be 240 pounds, dropped down to 170 pounds, went down to 155 pounds, and now I'm up to 188 pounds. So I've been fluctuating, but it's been, I feel a lot better overall, which is important.
Oh, that's great. Well, best of luck to you. Do you, are you going to be 100% strict about it, or is it going to be like, wow?
Yeah, it's like Cork said last episode, complete strict straight line of just not crossing it. There's no reason to tiptoe across.
What about the situation that I ran into when I was trying to dodge beer, where this no good friend of mine, Grant, you might know him as a chef from MinnMax. He's no good, but he's like, oh man, I got this new sour. You have to try this new sour.
Did he know that you were doing this at the time when he said you have to try it?
In a soft way. It's not like I've been sober for 10 years, but I was like, I think I'm good. He's like, seriously, this beer is unbelievable. I was like, okay. And then when he literally hands it to me, I have to take that sip.
So he was crunk on your shoulder saying, no, he's got a point.
That's exactly it.
So it's just a sip though?
Well, then I couldn't stop.
Oh,
I ended up with a lampshade on my head and stumbling around the house.
It's completely dry. That's the goal, is completely dry.
Awesome.
Oh, you got this for sure.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be easier to break into that car behind you when you're nice and sober.
You know, it's been happening every day, it seems. I don't know why.
I know that's picking up in the audio version of the car alarm behind it.
Well, my apologies. Well, just before I go, just wanted to ask, I don't know if you saw, but Leo Vader in the Discord channel.
What?
He posted something in favor of Shadow of the Colossus being a 3D platformer. When can we expect his interview for exiting MinnMax?
It'll be coming up before he joins MinnMax in a couple weeks. He's going to have his brutal exit interview because nobody who thinks that Shadow of the Colossus is a 3D platformer is allowed in this studio.
Well, I think with all the salamanders, it's more of like a collector platformer like a Banjo-Kazooie, isn't it?
Yes. Now that I'll allow.
Yeah.
Closer to a banjo.
Well, I'll be upping my tier then, and I also agree with him. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, Rogue. Love you. Guys, thank God everyone's so fun at MinnMax.
Yeah.
All right. Next call is IanTClark. Always type on the right side of the keyboard. All right.
All right.
One of these times I'm going to hit a video call and just be stunned by how funny and beautiful these people are. Hello, Ian.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing real well. How are you, man?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good.
I do
good.
have a correction and apology, Hanson. Last time we talked, you asked me a question. If you go further enough south in Illinois, people with accents.
Yeah.
And I quickly corrected you and said, no, that's absolutely wrong. Well, my wife has lived in Illinois longer than me, said that I was wrong. So I owe you an apology. There is some type of weird Southern Illinois accent I just have never encountered. So
Aha.
Weird.
That's fantastic. Well, thank your wife for me. She clearly is a genius.
yes.
Ian, your goal for this month was to, I wrote down cardiac arrest. I assume that was in the past and not your goal.
That was not
That's right.
Yes. No, you wanted to lose 15 pounds and one up Jeff Cork. How
man.
did that go?
He says
Well,
7 pounds.
Jeff, I hear that you did not hit your goal, and I still think what you achieved is great.
Oh, no.
The 8
Oh,
pounds.
no.
He's going to
So-
slaughter you.
Oh,
So
no.
I also did not hit my 50 pounds. I only hit 9.4. So we're both right there. We're making good progress.
The T stands for the jerk.
IanTClark, killing it.
It does. But I don't have an excuse, but I kind of have my daughter is going to college this fall, which is really weird amongst everything that's happening. But she's also a student athlete, so she's going to do track and field. So I would say last week, they opened up the gyms again, and she has this regimen. And I used to be very active, and I was a CrossFit guy back in the day, and etc. But so I was like, hey, I'll go and I'll do your workout. So last Thursday, I went to the gym with her, and I've gone every weekday except for Wednesday. And so I'm putting on a little bit of muscle, but I'm also not being as strict as everybody. I am with what I eat, but the wife and I enjoy a cocktail in the evening.
Of course.
And that is
Human.
definitely something that you have to balance out. So I'm still very happy, and I'm using the new map and tracking what I eat and watching my activity and just trying to be more conscious and healthy. And my goal is not to beat Jeff Cork. That is not. That's something I can say.
Congratulations, you did it though. You did
Oh my
it.
God. Jeff Cork's fingernails
play.
are digging into the table. He's so outraged. But well done, IanTClark. Losing some weight. Well done, man.
awesome.
Did you have a new goal you wanted to lock in for July?
No, I think if I look at weight loss and a healthy kind of trajectory, would be not to go so grand in my metrics. Matter of fact, the new map recommends something like 1.4 pounds per week. So, but I'm also I'm 6 foot, so I'm not real tall, but I'm still in the 230 range. So I would like to continue to do at least 2 pounds a week. So when I call in, I'll have that update. I also am going to have an examination for my heart health here soon. So I'll give an update. It's been over a decade and things seem to be going well, but that'll be something I'll check in next month as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well,
Ian, I think that we should have you and me side bet. Ultimate goal to weigh 0 pounds.
I think that
Let's do it.
I'll see that.
All right.
Let's do it.
It's going to take a long time, but we'll get there.
thanks so much, Ian. Bye.
Bye.
If you think about it, eventually we all weigh 0 pounds.
Okay, I don't want to get morbid, but I'm going to get somewhat morbid for a minute. So, weirdest experience is like it's been a month, maybe a month and a half. My father-in-law passed away. And it was very strange going to their house and then just seeing on this little desk a box that was, there's Wally. And it was just like, the last time I saw Wally, he was over there. Now he's in that. It's just very strange.
Just freaked you out.
Freaked me out a little bit.
But it had you thinking about weight loss?
I'd be thinking about weight loss. I was thinking, how much does that box weigh? I bet it was more than 0.
I remember genuinely, I have 2 older sisters.
Yeah.
and they're talking about like at some point they learned that the human head weighs 8 pounds.
Oh, they watched Jerry Maguire.
Is that really in Jerry Maguire?
Isn't that what it is? The little kid?
Oh,
says
maybe.
that?
We did watch Jerry
Or
Maguire a
Kindergarten
lot.
Cop, one of them. Like some. Yeah.
Jerry Maguire seems much more likely.
Yeah.
And I remember my sister being like, I could lose 8 pounds if I lost my head. And, a little tongue in cheek, but I think there was an ounce of like first instinct was like, this is doable.
Yeah.
So she's still great. She's missing the head, but she's kind of like a clicker. She's still beautiful in her own
She's
way.
like one of those chickens that you would read about.
That's right. Actually, we slaughtered a lot of chickens on my farm, so we didn't read about it. We lived at Jeff Cork. We had to chop off those chickens' heads ourselves.
It's awful, isn't it?
It's the worst. But the worst is the smell of
Chickens.
Chickens. No, I mean, chickens, they're fine. But you dip the chicken into boiling hot water.
To get the feathers off.
To get the feathers off.
Yeah.
And the smell of like feathers in boiling hot water, a nightmare.
You can't forget it.
No.
It's awful.
I mean, I still love eating chicken today, but if I ever smelled that again, I probably couldn't go back to chicken.
So if you got a recipe, the first step was dunk the carcass in boiling water in your kitchen.
Right.
You say, no, thank you.
I would say, no thanks. Interrata, hello, we're about to call you. Get ready. This is a new voice, Jeff Cork.
Is it?
Yeah. First call with Interrata. Interrata. Oh, my Discord. Hello, Interrata.
Hello.
How's it going?
Is he pronouncing that right?
He is, actually.
Only when I was singing, though?
Apologies, Hanson.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you singing. But yes, when you were singing, too.
Oh, great. Perfect. Are you a new supporter at the High Council tier, or what's your story, Interrata?
I am. I joined in June sometime. I missed BetterQuest, and I kind of like always wanted to support at the higher levels, but just never really had the money to. And then I did have the money to.
That's a hell of a story. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No further questions.
Chills and thrills.
How did you find us originally? I'm sure I messaged you about this when you first ran the Patreon as well, but...
yeah, I've been following Game Informer since forever. And when you guys formed MinnMax, I was like, heck yeah, that's it, man. So I joined up.
Well, that's very sweet. Do you have a goal in mind for July?
Oh, yeah, I do. So I am like notoriously bad at just leaving messes in my house. Like I'll eat and I'll just put it on the side table. I'll be like, I'll get that later. And then 3 meals later, and I'm like, I don't want to take all those dishes. I'll do it tomorrow. So my goal is to be a better cleaner around my house.
Do you have roommates?
I have a wife and 2 kids.
Oh, so long-term
so they
roommates.
help.
Are they annoyed by your messiness?
I will answer that. Yes.
Yes. Yes, my wife is. My 2-year-old helps. Makes the mess. So,
Are you setting things on like dirty dishes in her play sink?
Take care of this, honey.
Yeah, everywhere.
Oh, God. Do you have any way to quantify this? I know Jeff Cork likes getting scientific with the embetterment, but just in general, you just want to be a better cleaner?
Yeah, I guess I want to, because it's more of a habit of like when I get home from work and I'm like, I worked 8-10 hours today, so I don't want to do anything else. So, after I work, be better about picking up after myself.
Awesome. Well, hey.
That's a great goal.
Yeah, that's nice and simple, but we look forward to you calling back or just jumping in the Discord and letting folks know how it goes. Make sure to take a picture in the Discord of just all the clean environments in your house. No cheating and like moving the camera to a clean part of the floor. Let's aim it at the dirtiest part and then clean it.
Yeah. I like this goal because other people are going to be affected in a positive way also.
Ah, that's right.
Yes.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks so much for calling in, Interrata.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Next one is Yarrow. We just talked to him on MinnFax.
Yeah.
It was very fun to record MinnFax with Dan. I thought he was very generous. We're like, we spent the whole weekend in the sun. Yeah. And then he came down and like, it was like 2.5 hours of recording that. And he didn't complain once. He was just like, yep, sure. I'll be on that. That's great.
Yeah, because there's a camera on him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew that it was Patreon exclusive because he was trying to, well, I think he probably did, but he was talking a lot about like panning the stream and plugging all this stuff. I'm like, Dan, like you're not hitting some huge audience where you got to plug the hell out of your stuff. But you know what?
Yeah.
He's a hustler.
He's a hustler.
Hello, Yarrow.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Real well. How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Great.
DeLorean, that is.
He has an icon that no one can see.
Okay, it's the
That
Mandalorian.
is the
so
Mandalorian.
That joke is good.
So Yarrow, your goal, oh my God, was to tackle your backlog, which included Battlestar Galactica, Braveheart,
sweet Lord, that's right.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC, and the Trails in the Sky series.
I'm really excited about this one.
How did that go?
So, well, we were just doing the first Trails in the Sky game, and
Okay.
I did finish that.
Wow!
I finished that.
Did you start it and finish it?
I started and finished it. I started it and finished the DLC for AC.
Way to go.
I got through. I watched Braveheart
What did you think?
and loved it. I thought it was a fantastically paced movie. Like, or for a 3-hour movie, I felt like it kept moving very stuff kept happening. It was never like a down moment.
Isn't it weird
Which
how
I
that
thought was
happens? Like, just how movies can feel so different.
Yeah.
Even I watched Castaway for the first time not too long ago. We started over. It's like 2.5 hours, and that movie just moves. It turns out it's riveting to watch somebody make progress like that. You just need that layer of progress of getting better and better on the island, much like watching BetterQuest and throughout the years and watching Jeff Cork turn into just a beefy
nothing.
man pancake. Yeah. Or just a box on the table, whatever you want.
Table, yikes.
But Battlestar Galactica,
yes.
you haven't gotten to that?
I've got through about half of the series now.
Nice, man. How does it feel to crush through all that stuff? Does it feel overwhelming?
No, honestly, I've added this will get into this month's thing. It's still going to be backlog stuff because I keep the Steam sale. I added more to my backlog than I cut through, even with the Steam sale that just happened. So
Okay.
Sorcerer's Apprentice situation.
yeah, but that's another if you haven't seen that show, the acting is so good in it. I think that the stories that they tell are so realistic. Everybody's so well written, and so all their ideas and their goals are consistent throughout the series.
Yeah.
And every episode felt like it had a hook or something that just was I gotta watch one more episode. Gotta watch one more episode. And
Yeah. I had the ending spoiled for me recently, and it really blew my mind. I don't know. Do you know how that show ends? I'm not going to say
I've
it.
heard it's an interesting ending.
Yes, it is. It is an interesting one. And isn't Starbuck joining Mandalorian as well?
I think so. Yes. I mean, she's this is my first experience with her, so I think she's fantastic in that. And I'm really excited to see what she does in that if that's the case.
Well, thank you for your review. But do you have a goal for July?
Yeah. So I got through most of that stuff, and I always like to have a game I'm playing in addition to whatever else I'm doing. So I finally started up Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh, wow.
And I'm about 10 hours into that right now, but I want to get through that. And then I want to finish Battlestar Galactica 2. So those are my two big goals for this month.
That's nice. I like how your goals are very much in our wheelhouse. A lot of us are out of their comfort zone. You're I'm just going to lean into my comfort zone and really just be really more efficient at it. It's very good.
Yeah, I was going to keep working on the Trails series. I know you've been interested in playing these games.
I've started a couple of them, yeah.
I really like. So I think the highest praise I can give it for you is it feels Trails in the Sky first chapter feels very Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
The down at the combat, it's got these orbment system, which is very similar to the Materia.
Right.
Feel it for a game that's from 2004. It makes you feel like your time is well spent because the story keeps progressing. The characters are fantastic that I've seen so far.
Yeah, this is the one that we talked about last month that reminded me of Star Ocean 2. Yeah, it's got such a cool old retro look to it. I love it.
It's fantastic. It's already one of my favorite JRPGs that I've played.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool to hear.
I think you should look at getting into the series, especially starting with this game. It ends on a very big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to start it up. The Steam sale happened at a weird time, so I didn't have the second game in the series yet. So that's why I started Fire Emblem. But I think after I finish that might be my goal next month is to continue the Trails series.
Cool, man. Well, hey, thanks for calling in and thanks for supporting MinnMax.
Hey, thanks. You guys have a good one.
Hey, you too.
Take care. You take care. All right, Bob Buell coming up next, coming in hot. Let's see how fast he can pick up the phone. If he answers in the next 3 seconds, he wins a windbreaker. Oh, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Evening, Mr. Hanson, Mr. Thor.
You really have a way of changing the mood in the room when you talk, Bob.
I try my best.
I'm very impressed. Bob, last month you said you're going to be a groomsman in an upcoming wedding, and you wanted to lose. Wait, how much? Lose 8.25 pounds?
That is shockingly accurate. Yes, it is 8.25 pounds every month for the next year.
That's right.
For a total of 99.
That's right, in honor of your podcast. And how badly did you annihilate Jeff Cork in this goal?
Careful.
Cork, I don't want to do it to you. But I shattered it.
Ooh, that's good to hear.
12 pounds down.
He's got his own drops. Love it.
Beautiful. What was your secret? Tell us the secret.
For me, I called it the Meatloaf Rule because 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So if I have a really light breakfast, which I've been doing like overnight oats, which is like next to no calories, high in fiber, good for you.
What's overnight? So that just means not like my oats. My oats I put in the microwave for a minute 40. You're saying it's not those types of oats?
It's the same oats. It's the same, genealogy of oats.
Yeah.
But you put them in like a plastic container with a little bit of milk and some honey or fruit or whatever you want and leave it there overnight. And overnight it absorbs everything that it's sitting in. And the next morning it does come out cold. You can microwave it. But I don't know if it's necessarily healthier, but it's like it takes 5 seconds to prepare because I take it out of the fridge and I eat it, and I find it really good.
What kind of ratio are we talking about there? I know I could look this up on Google, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
I give it about 2 shakes from my little oatmeal canister that I bought, and just fill the milk up till it covers the oatmeal.
Perfect.
And then from there, anything is additional. Like I put a little Greek yogurt in there. One day I had some chopped up strawberries in there. I put some flax seed. I wouldn't recommend that. I saw that online. That's weird.
But I like the idea of Jeff Cork using Bob Buell as his personal Alexa.
Hey, Bob Buell. Bob Buell.
Play that Meatloaf song you were talking about. Okay, so 2 out of 3. So you have that for breakfast, and just one meal of the day can be sloppy. Is that the goal here?
Exactly. If I have a nice big roast beef sandwich for lunch or something, then dinner will be like a salad. Or if I have a super light lunch, something like a wrap or whatever, then dinner I can go a little more hog wild on. As long as 2 of the 3 are fine.
That's good.
I think I'm good.
That's great.
That's very smart.
And it seems to have worked so far, per the air horns earlier.
So is your goal for July just going to keep losing weight at that pace?
Reset it back, 8.25.
All right.
As long as I hit 8.25 every month, I will reach my goal. So this gives me a little bit of wiggle room if I fall off the wagon intensely.
Well, yeah. Do you have to hit 99 exactly? Is it going to be a matter of like once you come up on it, you're going to be like swallowing marbles just to try and weigh heavier?
That's right, Hanson. That's exactly what I'll be doing.
The wedding's going to have to be readjusted to accommodate your life?
This is all correct. I'm going to be putting just pounds of marbles in my overnight oats and be eating those if I go a hair over 99.
Just a tip, a ball bearing. Denser and more efficient, to swallow
really
as
good.
many.
That's really helpful.
The more you know.
Who's helping who now?
Yeah, exactly.
Bob, thank you so much. How's your other quest to get Dan Reichert on your podcast 99 Questions going?
I messaged him. He's a very busy man, but he said he would be very interested. And if we all publicly shame him right now, maybe he will do it.
Is public enough for you, Dan Reichert? You coward! Go on the podcast. Answer some questions.
There you go.
All right, Bob. Thanks so much for calling in.
Bye, guys. Bye.
That's so stupid. I want to be Bob.
Everyone says, X never gets old. That is something that really, if it doesn't. If it gets old, it's going to take a long time because it has not gotten old yet.
Just the idea of
For years, air horn.
All right, Sunny D.
rubbing it
I'm
in.
sorry to even bring it up. Jeff Cork, your old
The
favorite.
forbidden fruit drink.
Hello, Sunny D.
Hello?
Hello,
Hey.
can you hear us?
Hi. Yes, hello. How are you?
Doing really well. Your goal throughout June, should you
Yes.
choose to accept it, was to completely clean your apartment by Thursday.
Oh, no.
Did you clean your apartment by Thursday?
Absolutely not. I did not.
That was a ride.
Yeah, it was maybe a little too ambitious, looking back on that. And I think June was a rough month. I decided to leave my job in the beginning of June, and I just kind of it was just a rough month. But I'm currently actually working on cleaning my room right now. I'll have the stream up, and I'm folding laundry. I did some cleaning earlier in the week, so I'm still trying to do that.
All right, well, that works. Are you going to layer on a new quest for yourself in July?
Well, I have to clean it because I'm moving, so that's non-negotiable. But I did have a different goal, which would be I'm going to try to journal 5 times a week.
5 times a week? Wow.
Yeah, because what I like to do is because I used to do it all the time, but I do it usually before bed to kind of just reflect on the day that was previous, or the day of, or whatever, however I would say that right, and just kind of just reflect a little bit like meditation.
Well, that sounds great. I listened to Pendulette's podcast, which I probably have mentioned way too much. It's one of those podcasts that I don't think is good, but I listen to every episode because I like his voice. Good voice, right, Jeff Cork?
Oh, you can't argue with that.
Okay, great. But he's been journaling his entire life, and every day, or maybe every week, he reads his journal entries from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
Just to get a sense of how he's changing and his thoughts are changing. And I'm so jealous of that. I think that'd be so fun to have that daily mapping of what you're worried about.
Yeah. I have
good idea.
Some journals from a long time ago, and I'll look at them periodically, and it's just it is hilarious. It's what a pompous a-hole.
Wow,
amazing. What happened to that guy? He got replaced by someone very cool, which I'm glad.
What were you so cocky about? I can run a marathon like no one's business.
Eat my dust, Duluth.
What's the tone of it?
It's just a lot of just a young person thinking they're a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of that. And just a lot of trying to navigate relationships and just a lot of nightmare stuff there.
What's
it's fun to reflect on?
What's the biggest takeaway that you can share publicly from seeing how your mind was trying to engage with flawed relationships? What would you like to go back and scream at yourself?
She likes you, you dumb.
Why? Because you were just worried that she didn't?
Oh, I was oblivious to just about everything. Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, oh, that's what that wasn't even a signal. That was just a straight up.
That was just her
list
telling
of
you
demands. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I was
okay. Well, no,
a
it's
dumb guy.
My journals are mainly just about Wall Street. I don't know if I'm doing it right or what.
Oh boy.
That sounds great, Sunny D. You don't have to share those journals in the Discord. We're not going to legally require you to do that. It seems a little personal.
Yeah, I know how to pick those locks too, by the way, so don't leave it around me.
Well, at least Captain Stubbs 1 will jump in there.
Exactly.
MinnMax's lock picker. Well, hey, good luck, Sunny D, with the goal, and I think that's a really interesting one. So we wish you well,
Do you
sir.
have a page count thing? Is it 1 page per day? Per journal entry?
That would be the goal.
Okay.
I have this little notebook. I don't know. It's smaller than a page. So smaller than 8 by 11. But I'm trying not to hold myself to a page count because if I have a lot of stuff to write, I want to write it down. But I guess it would be a minimum of 1 page.
That sounds great. Well, cool. Yeah. Best of luck, and keep us in the loop, man.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Next one is JT Hell Yeah.
You should also line someone up to burn them upon your death.
Right, immediately.
Yeah,
make it when your heart stops, your journals just spontaneously combust.
A dead man switch on a journal. I don't know how that tech works. But.
Are you looking forward to somebody rummaging through your stuff when you die?
Mortified.
Really?
If you want to make the world's first ghost appear, dig through my stuff and I will be the world's first ghost in human history.
Get out of there!
Oh,
Really?
I hate people going through my stuff.
Well,
It's
hang on,
biggest
JT.
thing.
Here's a little trick. Well, what's the worst thing they could find?
Well, let me tell you, just embarrassing stuff. All my journals.
I'm excited about it. I was thinking about it the other day.
You're excited about it?
Yeah, I was thinking about like, oh, I hope someday somebody that I trust, like goes through all my Google Docs and Google Photos and stuff. I feel like it's a pretty good perspective on my life. So, would you like to do that, Justin?
I would love to do the honor. Thank you. Give me all your passwords.
All right, here we go. How does that work? How do that work with
How does
passwords?
that work? I think family members can like demonstrate that someone has died, and some companies will pass over like.
Do you have to like
things.
send them like their fingernails or something just to prove that they're dead?
Yeah, they want a bag of fingernails to prove that they're dead. That's usually how that transaction happens.
Okay, cool. Hey, JT, hell yeah, how's it going?
Well, how are you?
It's going all right. Your microphone's a little bit rough, but we can live with it.
Do you mind if I call you back later?
No,
no,
it's
that
good now.
sounds
It's
great.
good now. It's good now. It's the best I've ever heard right now.
Okay.
Your goal was to lose 20 pounds and going on 12 hikes in the month.
Yes.
With photographic proof.
Yes, you've been the one that's posting all those amazing hike photos in the Discord, right?
Yes, it's been awesome. I love the Discord channel so much.
That's great. Because you have like a nice visually appealing goal as well.
Yes, it very much helps. It very much helps.
And are you a more visually appealing goal now with these 20 pounds down?
So my goal was 20 pounds and I did not hit it.
That's all right.
I got 19.2.
Oh, you didn't hit
Hey,
it though. You didn't. It's
still.
okay. We all missed our goals. Everyone
no
missed our goals in
difference.
the same way. It's fine.
Better luck next time, man. Oh my God.
I know.
that's so
Might as well
frustrating.
quit now. Might as well quit now. No.
Oh my gosh. What did you do throughout the month to lose weight?
So I did so many hikes, and I went back to the gym one time, but I did not feel comfortable in the current conditions to do that.
Yeah, forget that.
So I feel like I would have hit if I went more, but I didn't feel comfortable. But if I could like point some stuff out that happened on my hikes, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
So I saw several rabbits. I saw 2 wild hogs, an armadillo, a deer, and 0 alligators. So
Zero?
You saw an armadillo?
I saw an armadillo. Not only that, if you're interested in it, I posted a photo of it in the chat.
Oh
in
my
the Discord
God.
channel.
Now, do you know the difference between an armadillo and an alligator? Because I can understand why you'd be confused.
I mean, they are very similar, but I think I could decipher them.
What's up with an armadillo? Are they mean?
No, so what's crazy is it followed me on the trail for about a half mile just walking next to me.
What?
Not like trying to mess with me or anything, just like followed me down the trail like it was my buddy.
It's like a pet armadillo?
Yeah, it was insane. I was so shocked.
How did you touch it? Did you want to touch it?
No, under no circumstances.
Why? Did they bite
I
you?
don't know, man. It just kind of freaked me out. I was kind of scared. I was like, I don't know if it's rabid, and then that's why it's following me. I don't know.
I don't know, like the demeanor of an armadillo. Is it like
I know nothing about
Is it
it.
like a skunk? I'm trying to think of like the equivalent of just like the mood of an armadillo.
Yeah, I don't know if we're talking like badger, which is like that could be a bad deal.
Pretty chill. Like it was just walking with me. I have no idea.
Well,
love
still, I'm very impressed. Do you have a new goal for July?
Yes. So another weight loss goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit 15 pounds.
Wow.
And and that's gonna be harder this month. That's for sure. But I'm gonna try really hard to work on it. And I'm gonna try and do longer hikes. And so I'm going to try and do at least a 9-mile hike at some point this month, if not a couple.
Oh wow.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Please bring water.
And a tiny saddle
of
that you
course.
can put on
No
the
doubt.
armadillo.
I have a huge backpack.
That sounds awesome. Well, congratulations on 19 pounds down. That's absolutely amazing.
So close.
We're super
you could have hit
impressed.
your goal.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't hit
can
my
I just
goal
say one
either.
last
See?
thing?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, I just want to pimp the BetterQuest Discord channel.
Yeah.
If you haven't joined it, you guys should really, like everybody watching should look at it at least. It's such a great place. It's very inspiring, and it's awesome. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And thanks for supporting MinnMax and letting this whole thing happen.
Yeah.
It's only because of a lot of people like you that collectively make this happen. Thank you so
no
much,
problem.
JT, and good luck throughout the month, man.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Next caller, Tactical Dreamer. The coolest name in the Discord. Let's see.
I think I had that as like a CAPTCHA.
Hello, Tactical Dreamer.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing real well. Your goal was to try to be more social overall and to stream on Twitch every single night.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's very ambitious. How did it go?
So I streamed every night except for, I think June 2nd was the blackout for Black Lives Matter, and I didn't stream that day.
Understandable. That's super
Every
impressive.
other night, though?
Yep.
Wow, what'd you stream?
So I finished Paper Mario Color Splash.
Ooh.
I streamed a lot of XCOM 2, and now I started Earthbound Beginnings.
Oh, that game that absolutely nobody on Earth has ever talked about?
Yes, exactly.
What is Earthbound Beginnings?
That's the first Mother game, like the got NES game?
Yeah, NES.
Yeah, that was ported to the Wii U. And it seemed like they were kind of testing the waters for maybe bringing Mother 3 eventually over stateside, and just nobody... It was barely like a blip on Twitter. People being like, "Oh, Nintendo's acknowledging Earthbound." Okay, moving on. It was so tiny.
Oh, no.
But that's a super interesting choice. Did you find yourself getting smoother at talking throughout the month?
I think so. I certainly talked a lot more on that stream than probably I did the first half of the year before that.
Yeah. I bet.
I mean, even without people in the chat, just kind of talking like they're talking like someone's watching. Either way.
Right. Well, that's super cool, man. Congratulations. How many, did you have a lot of people from the MinnMax Discord jumping into the Twitch chat?
Yeah, it was pretty much exclusively people from the MinnMax Discord, which I appreciate. I love talking to them.
Oh, that's the point. And so you just posted in the stream channel in the Discord, and people would jump in.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you do it at the same exact time? Like, did you keep a schedule, or was it just like whenever you had time?
It's 8 to 10 every day Pacific time, which makes it hard for the MinnMax community because I think that's like 11 o'clock your guys' time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds super fun. How's your gamer chair?
Uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, you can fix that.
Yeah.
Is that going to be your goal for July, is to fix your chair?
No, actually, I bought this purple seat pad that seems to be working pretty well because about halfway through the month, I was like, this is no good. I can't do this.
And half the time you're just talking about how sore your butt was.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy Color Splash. No, do you have a goal for July?
Well, I'm gonna continue streaming every day, and I'm also gonna be on like the community deepest dive, and I've been on Captain Stubb's stream a couple times. I'm gonna keep doing that.
Oh, awesome!
To keep being social, but then I'm also setting a goal for my Twitch channel of doubling my current followers, which sounds like a lot, but I have like 18 right now, so it's not a lot.
That's 36.
Well, that's great. Do you want to give yourself a plug so if people listening to this or watching this can help you achieve that goal?
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Tactical Dreamer.
It's a great name. Very easy to remember.
Super easy to remember. And I have to say, like, kudos to you because, like, that's an easy one that I would imagine, like, there are nights where you just don't feel like as someone who plays games, some days I don't want to play a game at all.
Right.
But to, like have the discipline to do that every night and then to broadcast it, kudos to you.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, hats off, dude. Well, hey, best of luck in July, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Yeah, thanks. See you guys.
All right, bye. Tactical Dreamer. Major Panda is coming up next. It's
Ground
Major
Control.
Panda. Hey, next month, do you want to handle one of these, like taking notes or something, so I don't have to do both?
I would love it. Although you do look like a Tactical Dreamer.
Do I really? Hello, Major Panda.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome to BetterQuest, sir. Your first time calling in, no?
For BetterQuest, yes.
Yes, of course. How's it going? Did you think a lot about your quest for this month?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It was hard to come up with one because I submitted one on the Patreon last month. It was to listen more. So I was struggling with if I should just continue with that because I feel like that helped me out a lot throughout the past month. But I don't know. So I think I want to change the new quest this month to streaming with my son.
Streaming, you said?
Yeah, I think I want to start streaming some with my 8-year-old.
Oh, wow. That sounds fun. Is he into it or you're forcing him?
No, he nonstop asks me about it pretty much every day of my life.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Court, how do you handle that? Do your kids want to stream?
They wanted to stream for the longest time, and I am not proud of this. We tried to get them going, and just there were some technical issues at the time, and then I may or may not have not solved them as expeditiously. I didn't.
You botched it?
I blew it. And then they stopped asking, which is sad because I think my oldest kid, I would watch his stream because he's really good at games. It's fun to watch.
Right. And they were on the Game Informer stream. Was it during Extra Life? And they were they were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I should try to stream and then botch it so kids stop asking.
Yeah.
Yes. Just say, I don't know computer. Hey.
Are you doing this for you or doing it for your son?
For both of us, because we have a podcast that we do together, and he's just been wanting to get more involved, a lot of stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's just something that he's constantly watching streamers and stuff. He plays a lot of Roblox and watches Roblox streamers. Is always asking about it. So it's just I'm just trying to give in to him, I guess.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, is it Roblox? And you just answered that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that game sucks.
Yeah.
Super bad.
It's shocking. I'll see my kids play that, and they're playing
the most horrid stuff you'll ever see.
They're playing
how they get away with putting
knockoff versions of other games that we have on other consoles and PC that are better. It's this is Call of Duty's gun game, but I'm playing with Lego Man. It's you just play the...
Yeah, and it's the worst animations, and he's hey, I would like some Robux, and I'm like, okay, cool, give me some money, and then he'll give me money out of his allowance, and then I will give him Robux. Because I will not pay for that on my own.
Well, we look forward to watching your stream of Roblox with your son. What's your Twitch thing?
It's Major Panda.
It's Major Panda. Awesome. Well, congratulations, and we're looking forward to watching that throughout the month, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, bye. Mattress Monkey's coming up next. Ooh.
Wild card.
Do you remember what Mattress Monkey was going to do, Quark? It was the coolest one. Coolest one of the month last month. Waiting for that monkey. I need that Mattress Monkey. Hello, monkey.
Hello?
How's it going, sir?
All right. How are you guys doing?
Doing really well. Your goal throughout June was to restart learning Japanese.
Yes.
Yes, that was my goal.
How did it go?
It went all right.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me a while to kind of exactly pin down how I would go about doing that. So I decided to start practicing all my kanji.
Yeah.
So I can read 2 of the 3 sort of alphabets they have, but the kanji is always, that's always the last most difficult one. So I've been focusing on that.
And are you doing it with an app, or how are you going about it?
So I have 2 things. I did download that app that you recommended.
Oh, yeah.
HJ.
Right.
And I actually bought it. They have the light version, but I bought it just to kind of force myself to use it, since I actually paid for it.
Right.
And I also bought a book just dealing with kanji that's actually pretty good. So
nice.
I've just been going through each chapter of that.
But you seem a little bit disappointed in yourself that you aren't fluently Japanese at this point?
Well, the thing is, I've been studying it off and on for years and years and years, but I always get to a certain point where I can understand a lot of it, but I can't speak it. So, whenever I talk to somebody, I understand what they're saying, but then I can't say anything back. So it just looks like I just have no idea what's going on.
In that situation, I don't want to teach you Japanese, but you say hi and then you nod a little bit.
Yeah, that gets you through about 80%, surprisingly. So, and also when I go visit, it's I want to be able to read signs and that kind of stuff, and they it's a lot of kanji on the signs over there.
Right. Well, hey, I'm sure you know way more than anybody else watching this or listening to this. So congratulations on improving even that little bit, man.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, just getting started is something, because I keep putting it off for so long.
Yeah. Well, do you have a goal for July?
I'm just kind of going to double down on this one.
Okay.
I want to get through the beginning, the app. They have 2 versions of beginning and an intermediate. So I want to get through the beginning. That's about 45 chapters.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see how far I get through that. And then I want to get through about 10 chapters of the kanji book, which is about 60 kanji, with their multiple meanings and everything. So I'm just going to keep going with that goal.
Sweet. Well, congratulations and good luck throughout July, man.
No, thanks a lot, man. Good job to you guys too.
Oh, thank you so much. We've barely done it. I just sat there quietly for a long time. It was very easy on my end. All right. Thanks so much, Jay. Take care.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Next one is, I'm a person waving, which is one of the best usernames here.
If a person has a bad username, you're going to say it, or are you just being positive influence today?
I'm just trying to be positive. Yeah. Hello. I'm a person waving. Can you hear us? Can you feel us?
Sorry, I had my microphone on mute, and that was a bad idea.
It's all right. It happens to everybody. How's it going, man?
Oh, doing great. How are you all doing?
Doing well.
So good.
It's cooled down a little bit in here somehow. I don't know what's going on exactly, but how's the fiance?
She's doing great. Yeah, we're doing great. We're planning the wedding, trying to figure out every little thing that goes into it, which turns out a lot more than I thought.
Oh my gosh.
Don't forget the first kiss.
Oh, nervous
shoot.
much?
Let me write that down. I can write that down.
You can practice on your hand.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Your goal throughout June was daily workout notes, eating notes, mood notes, and Ernest Hemingway. Do you want to unpack that?
Yeah, I did pretty well except for the Hemingway.
What, you wanted to read Hemingway?
I did not read Hemingway. I believe you called me, I've got the note on here somewhere. I think you called me Ernest Dummingway or something like that.
Oh, Hanson.
This is a positive show. If you are you insinuating that I called you Ernest Dummingway, that is outrageous, and I apologize, and I'm shutting it down.
I'm sorry, everybody, that MinnMax sounded like this.
I'm sorry, it had to. But okay, so how did your notes go? Just to take notes on how you're feeling each day.
I thought it did pretty well. In the beginning, it was a lot of very basic notes. Here's what I ate. Here's how much I worked out. Here's when I worked. Great, next day. But as I kind of went on, I kind of did focus on how I felt after the workout and what I wanted to accomplish with that workout.
Yeah.
And the differences between, say, day 18 versus day, 13.
Right.
And so I got all that. I got the data. I put the data in, submitted it to NASA. I get it next week.
That's sweet. Did you learn anything? What was the biggest revelation about, what you're putting in your body, what you're doing to your body, and how it makes you feel?
Caffeine is bad.
Yeah.
As it turns out. That was the biggest revelation I had, because at one point I just could not sleep. Literally one day was 3 hours of sleep. The next day was 2 hours of sleep. And it was did not keep happening. It's I just looked up everything I possibly could to figure out what was going wrong, what I needed to drink. I started drinking herbal tea, and then I was just all right, maybe I shouldn't just down on the coffee a little bit. And then I'm down to 1 cup of coffee. First thing in the morning, that's 1 cup.
Nice.
Done. After that, it's tea or decaf.
Yeah. Honestly, the first couple days are rough without caffeine. You get used to it so fast, and it is the equivalent of hitting a speed boost in a racing game when I get a cup of decaf. That's my secret weapon. It doesn't take too long to readjust to not having caffeine. I recommend it highly.
Yeah, it really is. But coffee is so tasty, so that's kind of my
no doubt.
On that.
Yeah, and drinking decaf coffee, it kind of tastes like drinking flat pop. It's just but
I think you can make it work. I drink all black coffee, but I also have a French press I use now. I think that's really enhanced the coffee drinking experience for me.
Over here.
All right, on. Well, do you have a new goal for July then?
Yeah. About that whole thing. We're going on the whole video game analogies quest, stuff like that. And I just kind of was looking to the future, past the marriage, what my fiance and I want to do in the future. And around January, it's going to get to that point, in a JRPG or something like that, where you enter a room and then somebody goes, hey, before you go in there, you're never going to come out of that room. This is the last room. Have you done everything? Make sure you've done everything. Are all your side quests done? And then you look at your side quest and you're oh, shoot, I got to do this and this and this and this. So I kind of
Don't sleep with your ex-girlfriends.
Or her sister.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I did. Okay. I will not choose the renegade option.
Okay. Okay, what are you going for then?
In order of importance, I have 2 main quests, 3 side.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hit us.
Sure. Main quest 1 is to continue the martial arts training that I have been doing for the past month and now have a direction for. So I've actually ordered a planner, and I will be doing like I do with running, or did with running back in the day when I trained for like the half marathons and marathons.
Wow.
Of like, here's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to write, and then when I do it, the day comes, I'm going to be like, okay, here's what I did. And then I'm going to look at that and be like, okay, here's what I need to adjust. And I'll just do that from week to week to week. And that if anybody who's listening right now wants to like go back into running, that was like the linchpin for me, where I was like, I had projected and I had actual, and adjusting that on the fly for week to week, my new workouts really did a lot for me.
Huh. So martial arts training.
Yeah. I'm actually like, I didn't talk about this last month, but I actually have, I'm in 2 martial arts. I do a karate do and I do a iaido. So like one's, open hand, one's with the sword, with the Japanese katana.
Oh, the nice thing is you don't need to hire somebody to cut your wedding cake. You can just take care of it right there. One fell swoop.
Show some respect.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is serious stuff. So like seriously though, like with the martial arts, if you teleported in this room, how quickly could you beat up Ben Hansen? Do you think you could be honest, 5 seconds?
2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm a little rusty.
What would be your move if I was coming at you, sober, caffeine free, charging you? How would you
the hand?
Yeah, how would you take me out?
You're a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
So I imagine a good kick probably would do me pretty well, I think.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know your secret move. You're gonna kick me.
Good
so
kick.
I'm gonna dodge that.
I'll try to dodge a good kick though.
Oh no, it's too good. Okay, so martial arts, that's the first one, and there's more.
Main quest 2 is I need to start learning Korean now.
Because you're doing your vows in Korean in front of all those people?
Yeah, they put so much pressure on us having this wedding in the first place. I think it's, we're going to have it all in Korean and they just got to learn.
There you go.
That's interesting. Do you think that the North Korean language and South Korean language have like split throughout the last 50
it's like
years?
a northern accent, southern accent?
Just dialect words. I wonder in that 50-year span, it must have changed like lingo and stuff, right?
And feel free to jump in. Yep, I'm a person waving if you know anything about this at all. I've read that like people that are from North Korea that defect into South Korea have a hard time assimilating because their accents are very strange and they get made fun of a lot.
Really?
This is just what I've read.
It's amazing that you've read something specifically about that question, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Okay, so start learning Korean. That sounds good.
South Korean.
Yes, specifically. Yeah. Got it. And you have more.
Yeah, subquest. So this is subquest 1 now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, rapid fire. What do we got?
I need to continue my Japanese. I can't just drop that because I'm learning language.
Okay.
I started it. I got to finish it. I got to keep going.
Okay.
Plus, it's going to help with the martial arts stuff because there's a lot of like material out there that's just in Japanese that I just need to know just to improve my martial arts stuff.
Interesting. Okay. And more?
Subquests 4 and 5 are kind of like bringing back my musical abilities a little bit. I've got a piano to the left of me. I've got a trombone packed away in my bedroom right now, and I need to get back on both of those. Wow. I miss music so much. Music was such a huge part of my life in college, and then when I graduated college, I'm like, I need to get a job, and then I get a job, and I'm like, I'll practice later.
Can you just revive those skills a little bit? Go over and tickle some ivories for us, please. It can be anything, really.
Piano is not so much of a revival skill as a starting skill.
Okay, well, just go over there and just make some noise on that piano, and we'll judge you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll judge me for the piano thing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right. All right, hang on, everybody.
Don't copyright strike us.
Yeah, don't play. No, Hey Jude.
No what?
Hey Jude.
Hey Jude. Oh, okay, well,
hey Judo Chop with this guy.
Hang on.
Okay, just anything.
If you just start banging it with your fist, that's gonna be the best payoff.
Okay, I'm waiting for. I think he just ran out the door.
He just ran out.
I can't hear you guys because my headphones are off my head, but I just want to let you know that if my neighbors come upstairs to yell at me, I will refer them to you.
Mm-hmm. Who's Ernest Hemingway now? He's probably getting closer to that piano.
Ernest goes to band camp.
Is that the sound of the piano collapsing?
I'm like Simon Cowell, and he's like,
Yeah! Hang on. What if we just got under the desk so when he comes back to the computer, we just aren't here? All right. It's not working too well. But I assume that's the Discord cutting him off and not him constantly
And then you
pausing.
can guess the rest, because I haven't joined that part yet.
That's amazing, man. Thank you. What a payoff. What a payoff. Yeah. Beautiful job. Yeah. Well, we look forward to your call, and you can play us the rest of that song next month.
Yeah, you'll get the whole song next month. Yeah. That is my Yep, I'm person waving guarantee.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck with your myriad of quests.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you for allowing me so much time.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. All right, take care.
All right, you too.
Hey, bye.
Bye. That was the best case scenario for what he was going to play on that piano.
Oh, absolutely. You called him Ernest Hemingway.
I don't think I did. I think that's a mistake.
That's just some ham-fisted wordplay. I love it.
Sounds like a review of Hemingway. Hello, TimeBombTom.
Hello.
The ventriloquist goal.
You said you wanted different voices. Is that not what you were thinking of?
I was really into that voice. I thought it was cool.
Oh, just keep talking like that.
Oh, my God. Okay, the reason I couldn't find you on my list is I had you as Tide Pod, but now you're back to Time Bomb.
Yes, I have returned to my former glory.
And your goal throughout the month was to get back into skateboarding and to get your family into it.
That is correct.
I have seen so many great photos and videos. You truly have, forget that hiking, you have the most visually appealing goal for me. So how did it go?
Well, so the kids actually took the majority of the month. First of all, because they stole my boards. So we would go out to the parking lot and they would just go. They're getting a lot better. My two oldest girls, they are the ones that show the most interest.
Yeah.
And they're getting good at, getting their balance. They can actually go in a consecutive line, little bit of turning.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy.
And they're into it.
Oh, they're totally into it. They'd fall down, get a couple scrapes, got right back on.
Oh, that's
kept going.
awesome.
That's how I knew they wanted to do it, because they didn't just give up.
The security guy come over and say, you can't do that?
See, I was waiting for that because we went to their school and they just had the parking lot redone. Fresh blacktop.
Yes.
And they had cones up, and I'm like, you know what? I've done way worse than this before.
Yeah.
We can just do this. It'll be fine. Don't worry. You just trucks to the face. They come at you, trucks to the face, and run.
And now you need bail money for your daughters?
Oh, no. You just, juvie, they're okay. They don't put them that young away.
Yeah. Well, how does it feel to get back on a skateboard after all these years?
At first, it was a little unsettling, but I think I've been doing okay. I've been putting up what I can. My future goal is also to continue skateboarding, and it will also tie into weight loss. I'm going to try and lose about 10 pounds.
Okay, about 10 pounds. Can we say 10 pounds?
I'm kind of wiry the way it is now, so I don't want to put too much.
Okay, I'll put about. I'll write down about.
Yeah, about 10 pounds. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
Along with that, I want to, my sub quest, I'm going to keep my kids going as well, but I'm going to try and get another trick in there.
Ooh.
Maybe. Everybody keeps wanting to see a kickflip. I did show my attempts at kickflips today.
Yeah.
I did post a video on that. I'm not too proud of them, but I put them up anyway,
So the goal is to do a kickflip?
All right, yeah, let's do it. We'll do
all
a
right.
kickflip.
Something like a kickflip.
Yeah.
I think we'll also
I can do something like a kickflip right now.
All right, it's good enough for us, man.
Yeah. I mean, kickflip seems like it's not like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater where you jump on the ollie on top of a fire hydrant and spin around for.
Yeah, it's more like Skater XL or Skate, where it's literally impossible to do a kickflip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my PS4 controller when I'm doing it and just use the sticks as I jump. It might make it a little easier. And then I also Ghost Dive. I want to make that a success. I want it to go smoothly. I want everyone to have a good time.
So this is the community game club on Ghosts of Tsushima. Very cool. All right. Make sure that you have a good time doing that. Cool.
I'll have a good time. I hope everybody else has a good time.
Yeah, and that's going to be in the community Discord there, right?
That is correct. We have our channel up. We're starting discussions already, so we're in the planning phases.
Quick question on that. You're going to play it in black and white?
I am.
Japanese
I'm actually planning
subtitles?
on streaming in black and white.
Yep.
Wow.
All Japanese. And I'm going to try and stick as true to the samurai as possible. Not go as Ghost if that's even possible. I don't really know.
That means like you can't open the start menu. Let's see.
Careful.
I don't know. Never mind.
Just stand there.
Not all jokes need to work well.
My oldest kid is really excited about that. We watched Seven Samurai the other night to get him in the mood.
How was it?
He loved it.
I haven't seen that film at all.
It's three and a half hour, I think.
Oh, yeah. You're supposed to watch Hidden Fortress anyway.
I know, Hidden Fortress. I know. I'll get to one of them at some point. Well, hey, thank you so much, and thanks for posting all those fun skateboarding pictures. It's been really fun to look at.
Hey, no problem. Looking forward to some more. Me messing up probably more.
That sounds great. Yeah, some brutal injuries would help a little bit.
Yes, blood and bones.
Yeah, if it bleeds, it leads in the MinnMax Discord. That's right. All right, thanks so much, man.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
He clapped out.
Clap. There hasn't been much clapping on the Game Informer show, I've noticed.
No? You want more applause?
Yeah, constant applause. All right, Captain Stubbs 1. Calling him up.
This is my alt account.
Oh, it is.
I don't really go by
Evening,
Captain
Mr.
Stubbs.
Hansen.
Hello, Captain Stubbs 1. Good to hear your voice, sir. How's it going?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Really well. We should thank Captain Stubbs 1 for upping his Patreon tier in a big bad way.
Yeah.
To put us over the hump.
What?
And now we're going to be creating video essays with our Lord and Savior Leo Vader, who's joining MinnMax in the middle of July in a couple weeks. So we'll talk about it more on the next episode of MinnFax and stuff. But thank you, Captain Stubbs 1, for jumping in there and certainly making Shazira's day, because she was really rallying people for like, we got to hit that goal. Then you're like, piece of cake, boom.
So he gets creative control, right?
Full ownership, yes, of the company, I do believe.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I heard Bob bought the table, so I bought Leo.
Perfect. Thanks,
All right,
boss.
that works for us. So your goal was to read one chapter a day.
Yes.
Hang on.
That was the
Posting
goal.
fasting updates for long-term goal. Long-term girl.
Girl.
Okay. Well, how'd the reading stuff go?
Not a chapter a day.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
But still some chapters. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, still some chapters. I got through about 12 chapters.
Okay. Pretty good. What were you reading?
Extreme Ownership, a book by Leif Babin and Jocko Willink. They're two U.S. Navy SEALs.
Interesting.
And it's about leadership principles that can be applied in all realms of life and how they work on the battlefield.
Interesting. That's some very hardcore stuff. You're sick of reading all your books about cracking safes and lockpicking and the standard stuff?
Nothing's realistic enough, really.
I understand. You need the real deal.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm not playing The Last of Us.
I get it, man. And then also fasting. You're trying to fast?
Yes. So for the last year and a chunk or so, I've been fasting every other day to try and lose weight.
Sure.
Over the last few months, I'd been a little lackadaisical on sticking to it. I did not remember to post my my app screenshots all the time in the Discord, but I was very religious with my fasting. I lost 15 pounds this month.
Wow.
Nice.
Way
Done.
to go. Just
new
like that,
personal low.
Jeff. Just like that.
All right. So I will fast every other day, though.
And fast. That's awesome. Did you have a new goal for July?
I do have a new goal for July. A, I'm going to try and finish the book because I haven't finished it.
Okay.
And B, I just finished talking with It's Major Panda in the green room, and he confirms that I've been talking about a podcast. It's time I do it, even if it's not the one I initially had in mind. So by the end of July, I will have out at least one episode of the Ask a Locksmith podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a very specific thing. What's the format going to be?
Probably I'm going to post about it in the Discord. I'm going to make an email address, have people send me questions, 20 minutes every other week. Thinking 20 or 30.
That's very fun. And you can also review different video game lockpicking mini games.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd be curious to listen to that. Sweet. And you have all the tech squared away? You get everything good to go?
Yeah, I can figure it out.
Sweet.
Spend a paperclip.
I'm very impressed. Well, congratulations. And be sure to post a link in the Discord when you get the podcast up and running, man.
Absolutely, will do, Hanson.
And thank you again for your huge support of MinnMax overall. We really appreciate
it. Always and forever.
Okay,
Goodbye.
all right. Goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone.
And it's like he was never here.
I'll listen to that podcast. I'm fascinated by lockpicking.
Yeah, it seems like they should just have, like, instead of lemonade stands, I want a stand where it's just like, hey, here's a bunch of paper clips, here's a bunch of locks, just try and pick stuff. Because what am I going to do? Go out and buy a lock and a paper clip on my own? But I feel, with no reason to be confident, I feel confident that I could pick a lock.
Really?
It seems satisfying to just kind of like, wiggle it around a little bit. Hello, 113. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh,
How are
great.
you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing, man?
Fantastic.
Oh, good. Your goal was, oh my gosh, so many. Cooking, eating out less, biking to work, setting good habits in new apartment. Okay, that one's pretty wishy-washy, but how did the cooking and eating out less thing go?
I didn't eat out a single time this whole last month. I cooked a bunch of meals. I bike to work every day, which I'm pretty happy with. And I cut out riding elevators in my apartment complex. I'm on the 4th floor, and so I only use the stairs.
Hey, very good. How are you feeling about everything?
Well, I didn't know that that this was going to happen, but I lost 10 pounds.
Wow.
So, I guess not eating out every day is good for you.
So what's the best meal that you made?
I made this, like, I don't know. I just kind of, I like trying different things. Earlier this week, I made salmon with like Cajun seasoning. And then I cooked up some asparagus with some red pepper flakes and olive oil. And then, what was the third thing that I made? Oh, and then I had like spinach salad with like strawberries cut up on top.
Nice. This is very fancy. I'm very impressed. And setting good habits in the new apartment, is that something that you achieved as well?
Pretty good. I've actually been like keeping things clean. I've set a schedule of like cleaning a different part of the apartment every week. So, 1 week I will be like, okay, I need to clean my bathroom. Next week, okay, kitchen. Next, et cetera, et cetera. So, and that way it kind of like breaks it up and it's not like this monumental task. It's like, I just need to clean this one room.
Yeah, you should give some tips to Interata. There's one of those messes around the house. I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Well, it's very impressive. Since you're the king of tackling quests here, do you have a quest for July?
I do. So this one, I want to do something a little bit more concrete. So my quest for July is to do a 30-mile bike ride at least 4 times, preferably, once a weekend, but I'm not saying that has to be on the weekend, but I'd like to do a 30-mile bike ride.
Wow.
4 times before the end of the month.
That's very intense. Do you have a route down?
I live in Lincoln, Nebraska, and so there's a really great trail system here. I have a few different routes that I like to do, but 30 miles is more than all of them, so I have to figure that out.
Oh boy, I think you'll figure it out at some point. Well, that sounds amazing. Let us know how it goes. I don't know if you have like a fancy app that shows the route, but I always love that.
Yeah, Strava is. Yeah, so I'll post the you can it tracks it on the trails, and it has like a nice little picture,
Yeah.
So I'll take a screenshot and post that in the Discord.
Sweet. And the good news is 30 miles, that's going to go by in the blink of an eye at 113 miles per hour.
That's right. Yep.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Well, good luck, man. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye. That joke killed.
People are just busting up, cracking up.
Oh,
loving it so much.
My God, loving, but only about that joke. Hello, Adam Walker, Texas Ranger.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Really good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. A little tired, but ready to talk about what I want to get done.
Oh, good. Thank you for organizing all the calls. Thank you for your help creating those community top 10 lists in the Discord the last couple of weeks for the podcast. I'm sure that's been a lot of watching people argue and hoping that it goes well.
It's been a good time. I think it's nice seeing it's nice seeing nice arguments, I guess, or nice conversations about things that could get iffy, but I think we handle it well.
Oh, so that's great. That's great.
Good.
Your goal was to get better at organizing things and to take more notes in general.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I just had reached affiliate on Twitch, so I've realized organizing with that and getting some of that set up has been a big goal for me, and kind of trying to make that channel look a little bit better and set streams I want to do. And my work schedule with lockdown, kind of people coming out of lockdown and summer hitting, I'm an automotive tech, so work's just been busy, and it's been real tough, like trying to stream more, because I get home, at 6, and I'm just done, just not wanting to do anything, ready to look at Discord and handle all that stuff. But I'm feel like I'm getting more in the mood and used to the new kind of summer schedule, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to start streaming more regularly and get that set up. But I have been better getting organized and stuff outside of streaming, and I've been eating more properly, not getting in the habits of eating out and getting fast food all the time, and actually making meals for myself and getting stuff set out for the week, which is kind of going into what my BetterQuest is for July.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a weight loss goal, but I actually quit drinking a little over a year ago. And in that time, I've managed to put on 20 pounds.
What?
Yeah. So obviously, more than just alcohol can go into, obviously weight loss or gain.
Right.
But, it's just one of those things where I was able to cut out something, and one of the biggest things I've seen has been detrimental, at least to me. So I'm trying to figure out ways to, turn that around. I also quit soda at the beginning of this year. But my plan for July, and it's something that I did do for a short time last year, is to go carb free and commit to making my meals, making my dinners, and preparing lunches for work. I did it for about a month and a half last year, and I lost 5 pounds in that time, and I really enjoyed it. It was something that I had to commit to. It went into organization stuff, because I gotta pick up the food I need from the grocery store to make, and commit to setting out my meals for the day.
Yeah, the carb
but it's
thing.
Something I really want to do.
It seems intense. I think I did it for a little while, but is there a food that you don't think has carbs in it? Then you have to realize, like, oh crap, this has carbs. I bet there's a lot of those weird outliers, right?
Yeah, when I did it last year, I said carb free, but I went like very light. Like I never really. I'm a big. I love some rice every once in a while.
Who doesn't?
And that's something you might go with just to get a quick meal every now and then. But my go-to dinner when I was doing it was pork, and I would do sautéed like portobello mushrooms, and then just learned how to cook those real well. But I'm looking to expand into new things. I'm sure that people in the BetterQuest channel will have some advice on that.
God, as much as I love mushrooms, I've never thought of like cooking my own. But I bet that is one of those like things that's surprisingly easy. You just put some salt, put some butter on there, and I bet that's tasty as hell.
Get a good marinade on some big portobello caps, and you got some good food there.
Then you're cooking it up. Awesome. Yeah. Well, hey, best of luck throughout July, man. I'm looking forward to hearing how it all goes.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to get off your chest since you're the last caller?
I have a quick question.
Oh, yes.
So you're an auto tech?
Yeah.
What is one weird trick that we should be doing to make our autos So we don't have to see you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See us when you need to, or you know what? See us before you need to. Follow the regular maintenance stuff, and if you think you hear something that doesn't sound normal, check it out before. One of the biggest things, like for example, like a simple like brake job. If you hear your brakes starting to squeal at all, your pads might be getting low. If you wait too long to change those, then you're gonna have to change out your rotors, and that's gonna go from say like $100 to $300 just for parts.
That's a good tip. So just be, what's it called when you think you're sick all the time? You're paranoid? As a human being.
Like a hypochondriac?
Yeah, so be a car hypochondriac. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
A Honda chondriac. Here, this is not exactly your wheelhouse, but maybe you can help me out. Can you fix my car? No, I spilled a bubbly drink all over my lap in my car this weekend, and I was like, well, it's water, what's the big deal? But it left like this big pee-pee stain on the front seat, and it looks trashy. Can people get that out of car seats?
You could get you a new car seat.
Really?
I don't know much about stains. I will tell you though, I did one time have a guy who came in, he had an airbag light on, and it was because his girlfriend's dog wet the seat, and it soaked through and messed with some of the connectors underneath the seat.
Oh my God.
So I would make sure that none of that soaks through there. You might have some problems later, but stains on a seat, I don't know what to tell you. Just basic.
Not your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
How about lightly, not enough to soak through, lightly apply bubbly throughout the rest of the seat so it doesn't stand out.
Yeah,
it's all pee-pee
color.
color.
Thing where if you mess one piece of it up, you just gotta get all of it looking the same.
All right. Well, we have a mission now. That's our quest for July is to stain my car. All right. Thank you so much, Adam, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys have a good one.
You too.
Bye. That's it, Jeff Cork. Those are the callers, baby. Uh-oh. Now it's time for our goals. Our goals for July. How are you feeling about it?
I feel good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes me think you're going easy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you fail your
My
quest,
goal
you
is
have
to have a good time.
Hell yeah. I can get used to this. All right. Share your goal, big boy.
Well, I have to share my goal. All right. So here's the deal. My kids have gone to like an art class.
Yeah.
For a while. They're not doing it now because
art's dead.
Art's dead. Well, most recently my youngest did it. Okay, and they did social distancing and they wore masks and all that business. And when he was like, I picked him up one day and I was like going in and he said he was doing a painting of a sloth. And I was like, all right, that sounds good. And then I walked when I picked him up, there was a painting of a sloth on the ground by the exit.
Yeah.
That looked amazing. And I was thinking, well, they got all the kids are doing paintings of sloths now, or the teacher's doing it. It was his. He did like an amazing picture of this sloth. It was phenomenal. Which made me think I could do better than that. Some dumb kid could do that.
Of course.
So I'm going to make a painting this month.
Make one painting?
Make one painting.
Are you going to have like warm-up paintings?
I might do some warm-up paintings, but that's my ultimate goal.
Is a painting that looks good.
Make a painting that looks good that I will bring in here and display so you'll get to see it.
I don't have to keep it though, do I?
Oh, you won't get to.
Did you?
There'll be a bidding war.
You seem like secretly an artistic man.
Mm-hmm.
I know you painted, this sounds insane. Didn't you paint that giant Leisure Suit Larry homage in your basement?
Absolutely. I have like this is before Leisure Suit Larry became problematic. But like,
I was a cool guy back then.
Yeah, I have the Lefty's Bar. If you've ever played the original Leisure Suit Larry, there's like a pixelated painting behind the bar of a naked woman in repose, but very pixelated. And I have that I painted in my basement. It's this giant painting where like, if you stand away from it, you can probably see what it is. But for the longest time, people would come over and they're like, what is that? That's interesting. That's really weird.
It's just if you blow up the pixels to the point that, you know, do your kids know that that's a naked woman yet?
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's how you're a cool dad.
If we ever need the find out where the kids are. They're downstairs staring at it, mouths agape.
Where else are they going to find that kind of content?
Where else are they going to find that kind of content?
Make one good-looking painting.
Good painting that I will bring in here and proudly show. I might do more, too. It's
okay.
Yeah. But I would like to get back into like producing something visually satisfying and fun.
That's very good. That's very good. I like it. My goal for the month of July is tough. It's a tall order. But I was thinking about, I have so many ideas of different goals to sprinkle every month throughout the show and stuff. And then I thought, okay, what's my biggest problem?
What's your biggest problem?
Well, there's a lot going on, I guess. But what I thought of is it's the social media, it's the outrage machine, it is checking my phone. I mean, I check Slack. 60 times a day, 70. I mean, it is constant checking my phone. And it's tricky because I can't cut all that stuff out because I still need to post stuff for MinnMax. So I'm like, okay, this is just a rule for my phone, not for my laptop and computers. That it's game on. And maybe that's going to be a dangerous, slippery slope. But I already, have Facebook and Twitter off my phone, but still I find these things to check all the time. And it's not great mentally to constantly be drawn there. So I'm going to make a folder in my phone, put all of the social apps that I check an unhealthy, unreasonable amount. Put all of those in there. Anytime I open one of those apps, I have to do 10 reps of 10 squats, 10 push-ups.
Some burpees.
It's the extreme end, but maybe. Or even what's it called when you do the lean but on the floor?
Oh, like a plank?
Yeah, do a plank for, let's say, 10 seconds. Just keep it all just a little bit. Just some physical consequence. Maybe lift weights 10 times. Just a little physical consequence for checking my phone. And I figure that combined with putting in a separate folder, I will be less distracted and constantly tempted to just constantly look in there. So I'm trying to figure out which apps go in there. I'll probably put YouTube in there because I check those numbers all the time. And there's no reason why I need to, but I like seeing MinnMax numbers go up. And so I will always check that. The Patreon app, that's going in there. Just to try and clear my mind a little bit from that nonsense.
That's a tough one because I find myself opening Slack a lot too, just because it's fun conversations with your friends and then also work stuff.
But it's not going to, somebody can text me if there's an emergency.
Right.
You can wait 4 hours until I'm around my computer again.
Exactly.
Or something like that. Or if I really want to check it, all right, do some squats, big boy. Yeah. Put up or shut up. So it's going to be intense, but that is my goal, is just to get less dependent on my phone overall.
That's a good one. I moved I killed Twitter on my phone.
Yeah.
And I never really tweeted a lot, but I would always look at it.
Yeah.
It was just an easy thing to whatever.
Yeah.
But then I moved Facebook over one screen away from my main home screen. And it really, I don't know, just that act of I'm compartmentalizing it. This is a thing that I'm only going to open in last resort.
Yeah.
Because I was I don't want to say I was addicted to opening Facebook, but I mean, it does, you kind of get acclimated to that cycle of posting something and you want to see if you're people are engaged with it. You want to keep conversations going and it's super fun. But I just found that it wasn't super healthy for me in a way, because I'm just I'm just putting too much time and thought into this while other things are happening in real life that I'm not paying attention to.
Right. Oh, good. Yeah, I tried doing that, a version of that where for my PC that's hooked up to my TV, I tried okay, I'm deleting Twitter and Facebook as bookmarks. I'm logging out of each of them. And still, I will just go and log in on Twitter. And type it in manually just to look at that. It's just such a stupid reflex. But
especially with Twitter, so much of you mentioned the outrage machine. So much of Twitter is just get a load of what this guy said. It seems like there's that negativity around so much of it. It's
constant. And, it gets into politics as well, where it's just that idea of believe it or not, there's one person in your country that's doing something that you don't agree with. It could be random Joe Blow on some sidewalk somewhere, and it's we're going to shove that in your face. It's just not healthy. I sincerely believe that 30 years from now, that people are going to look back to the way we're treating social media now, and it'll be like, oh my God, it'll
Yeah.
be in the same realm as the way we look at cigarettes 30 years ago or 50 years ago. It used to be able to smoke on planes. I think it's going to be the thing of like, you let your kid use Twitter, and there's no way it's improving mental health overall.
No, definitely not.
Get off it.
Get off the dang computer.
Get out of there. Also, I wanted to mention Hugo H2P. He left a comment on the post here since we started recording. He says, "Hey folks, I can't call in, but feel free to publicly shame me. Oh no, for not having the YouTube channel up yet. I got the visual identity set and even some After Effects recurring elements put together. Unfortunately, I think I was biting off more than I could chew when I decided to launch my channel. In the same month, I started my Masters in Interactive Design. Free time plummeted in the last 2 weeks to the point I'm debating whether I would even be able to properly maintain a channel were I to launch. I'll keep moving forward with it, which will be called Hugo Ludens, but we'll see how I deal with that throughout July. Other than that, I realized the need for a bit more wellness in my life, so I'll try also to commit to get back into exercising with no particular goal other than doing so 3 times a week." Yes, please do, Hugo. Keep going to that YouTube channel and keep on exercising. I'm going to keep meditating.
Yeah?
I don't know about every day, but I think before recordings, I think I would like to take 10 minutes just to kind of chill out and sit on my bed for a bit.
Because I could tell you skipped it before this.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I was just a frantic mess the entire time? Yeah.
I was thinking when you said that when you do it, you do better. I was like, I wish you would have done it. But, oh well.
Jeff Cork.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for being here.
So
thank you to everybody that called in. If you enjoy this show, if you enjoy the mission of MinnMax overall, or this show in particular, please tell a friend. That's all we ask. If you say, hey, this is a cool idea, we'd like to keep these types of shows rolling. We're adding new shows. Obviously, Ana Diaz is refreshed. And now, thanks to Captain Stubbs and a lot of other people upping their tier, Leo Vader is going to be joining us and also making video essays. So we're continuing to grow because folks like you also want to call into these shows. So again, if you heard these voices and you said, I have a goal that's juicier than theirs, I'd like to jump in there, and it's not a competition.
Not a competition.
But if you have something juicier, please support us at the $20 tier just for 1 month and call in. We'd love to hear a new voice in there too.
Absolutely. Lots of new voices.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Twilight, highlight. Do you want to get your name or Twitch or YouTube channel in the description of everything we release? Record a podcast with us, put a picture of your choice on MinnMax's TV, or a whole lot more? You can check out the benefits for supporting us on Patreon. If you support MinnMax at any tier on Patreon, you can submit questions or comments for us to read on the air, and you'll also get access to the wonderful MinnMax Discord. We need your help to keep this whole indie trainer rolling, so we'd appreciate it if you checked us out.